last week on the Glass Cannon Podcast.
Onward through the lovely jungle.
Which way? To the vernacular. You know where it is?
Yes, I've been there before.
Onward then.
Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling much better, thank you all.
Let's get closer to this damn thing.
Keep trudging ahead in the lovely jungle in search of this gondola that you saw from the cliffside nearby where you entered through the Iodara.
Let's hunker down for a bit and see what their routine is.
It seems like a gondola arrives every 30 minutes, stops there while they're loading it, and then it continues.
We want to get onto the gondola thing. Does it look like you can maybe jump into one?
I say let's try the jump.
I want to try the jump.
Platform takes off again.
As soon as it starts moving, Barnes goes.
Zephyr backs up, run jumps, does it with ease.
Yep.
I stumble, I trip right at the edge, like the soft ground gives away, but I make it in.
And you begin taking the gondola. About an hour or so into the journey, and all of you hear a sound pierce the air. And suddenly, two large flying creatures make one beak strike at one of you.
Including Hubert.
Including Hubert.
Yeah, D6.
1,
6.
Yep.
6. It then attempts to pluck Hubert off of the John. Natural 20.
Yeah.
It grabs Hubert and throws him off the platform.
Oh my god!
The adventure continues now.
Hey, welcome back to the Good Time Pals show featuring the Good Time Pals singers.
Oh.
No, I don't know. That seems like a fun name. Beef.
Cheese.
I like a little low beef.
Little low beef.
A little base beef.
I need a little more low beef.
Let's get that low beef foundation.
Can I get more cheese in my cans?
Most of you people probably know this, but if you don't hang out with Joe with the frequency that we do, you've got this thing you do where whatever song people are singing out loud, or if we're in a restaurant and a song is playing, you will just start singing along. And you do
the lyrics.
You replace the lyrics with three things: beef, cheese, or Steve. It's like exclusively those three things. Like
The words rhyme with 90% of the words that are in the song.
And any song that has the word me in it anywhere, you can easily replace with cheese or Steve, and it'll crack you up.
I feel like in
Or
different
beef.
eras of my life, one word has been funnier to me than others.
Yeah.
I feel like right now I'm in a Steve era.
You're the Steve, yeah.
I love a
I've been
good
there.
Steve.
I've been there. I know the Steve era.
Cheese really gets me because it comes out of nowhere. Like we do it a lot, but especially if we're traveling and stuff, like in the airport, we'll be sitting in silence and then Joe will just go like, cheese. Cheese.
it's very strange. Skid was just playing.
It's like a tick. It's like having a tick. Like I can't control it.
You were playing Kate Bush right before the show here,
play it.
obviously.
Yeah, let me
Get it going.
Dude,
And it's just playing in the background, and Joe just starts
Melting all that cheese.
running
all
up
that
that beef.
No problem.
The thing is, you've poisoned
Why
my
do I know
brain.
that song?
You've poisoned my brain so much that you did that, and I saw nothing odd about it.
Yeah.
I was like, yes,
Yeah.
beef and cheese.
Eating all that.
Add a
beef.
John in there.
It's
Just throw a John in there, sprinkle a little John.
it's gotten to the point where it's like carried over into my personal life at home, where my children see it coming. Like we were listening to Toy Story the other day, and I was like, "You got a friend in Steve," and Archer just died laughing. So
Archer's in the Steve era too.
he gets it. He gets what is the beef and cheese thing? Is it just because Philly is the beef capital of the world?
Beef and cheese, I think, goes back to my friend Gizzani. You guys know Gizzani.
Oh, yeah.
He was a high school friend. I believe
Gizzani.
he was, I think, the first person to start saying stuff like that. And I can't remember if Steve was looped in with that too, but this is something that's been ingrained in my brain since high school. Wow. And yeah, I think it just really stuck. And I do it all the time.
kidding.
It drives my wife insane. Especially in those exact circumstances where it's like a Disney song or like a musical she's showing to the kids that's like a famous musical, and I am just like singing in the car while I'm driving and just will like change the one word to cheese, and she's like, now they will only hear that as cheese like the rest of their life. These are formative times. You can't like replace
Such
the
a
words.
weird tick. It's really a verbal tick.
That's what it is. I have no control
Yeah,
over
because
it.
it will happen. Like you were saying, like there doesn't have to be a song on.
Yeah.
He'll be replacing the lyrics in his head.
In his
something
head.
None of us are hearing.
Yeah, and you talk about like what you do with beef and cheese. Like I said, running up that beef, and you're like, no, melting all that cheese,
Cheese,
like
like
you,
eating all that beef.
and eating all that beef. Yeah,
You do a
that's-
classic, the one you do classically, because you love to like beatbox too, and you're actually quite good at it.
He is a good beatboxer.
Little known fact, Joe's
It's a beef boxer.
he's a
He's a
beatboxer.
bit of a beatboxer.
Beef box.
But you do one
God.
Beef.
all the time that is like a tick, like in silence, where we'll be sitting there and you'll go, beef and cheese and beef and cheese.
Oh my God, you do.
Like you do it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't remember that particular
It's
one.
a sickness.
You do it all the time.
Instead of
It's a sickness because you
Instead of
don't know
booty
it's
cats.
happening.
That's right. That's why it's a
that
tick. You
proves
don't
that it's
know.
a sickness. Yeah.
You have a problem, and that's why
Yes.
we're all here today.
But luckily, it's a problem we can all laugh at. At.
Of the problems you can have, it's fairly tame.
That's true.
I mean, most of the time, I see you guys laughing.
Yeah, no, it always gets me because I'll be doing something else, and you're just in your own little world singing whatever we hear and throwing in beef, cheese, and Steve. I always thought it was a Philly thing because of beef and cheese steaks that you just grew up eating.
what I thought,
every
too.
day.
No, I can't remember my so Gizzandi also used to say beef whenever he burped. So like when he burped, you like
Ew.
beef.
You do, you do that.
I do, and it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Also,
I
like
hate a burp.
so he would burp and he would say beef, but he was also he's just such a smart guy. He was so literal. It was so funny. So he'd burp and people would like look at him weird and he would look right at them and go, when I burp, I say beef. Completely like deadpan. And so that became a thing too. You just be like, when I burp, I say beef. And so now the kids do it and it drives my wife insane. Like when my son will be like, beef. It's like, stop doing that. And he's like, when I burp, I say beef.
It is truly disgusting because like burping is weird, but like, you burp and then you move on. But then saying beef just turns into something truly revolting.
Yeah. I try to not do it in mixed company. This is just, like at a fantasy football draft.
You'll hear it a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of beefs. Are you coming to our fantasy draft this year at Mohegan Sun?
I'm trying to. I have kids, Troy. I can't go to
have
a
more.
casino in the middle of the week
No, it's on a Sunday, probably.
in the summer.
Yeah, little summer Sunday.
Summer belongs to children. You can't do anything in the summer but what kids want to do these days. True.
These days.
These days.
These kids these days, they love having fun in the summer.
No, I just meant these days when you have kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like before, summers used to be like, oh man, let's go on vacation. Let's go on a trip somewhere cool.
Because you were a kid and everyone had to do what you wanted to do.
Well, are you a kid when you're in your 20s?
Kind of.
I would say yes.
I guess so.
Kid at
Sydney,
heart.
currently in her 20s, would say that.
I'm not. I'm not.
Kid at heart.
No, Sydney just graduated.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A real adult.
Thank you so much. I'm going to do my taxes finally.
Oh.
Now that I'm 30,
Dating back to 08.
I mean,
I've
because
decided
you owe the government a shit ton of money and they're going to throw you in prison.
that can't be right. I'm
That's
just
not how that
just a baby.
It's just a baby. Babies don't do tax.
I can pay you in blocks.
I can pay you in blocks. I don't have any money.
It is summer now. Well, it's not officially summer. It's June 13th right now if you're watching this.
It feels like summer.
Memorial Day is already passed. That's the unofficial start of summer, but the official start of summer this year is June 20th. And we are, that is a week from today where we'll be arriving in Denver for a show. That's the official start of the worst season of the year.
Oh, come on.
As we've established.
Objectively.
Objectively and subjectively, the worst.
I just want to admire the professionalism there. You took something Sydney said, you yes-anded it, turned it into self-promo
It was really good.
for the retreat,
Very smooth.
and then embedded it all on a complaint.
Yes.
Yes. Summer.
And then left it
That's
off.
the La Valley special.
Right. And
That's
then
the
left it
Valley
off on a
special.
real negative note.
Right. I don't
threw
think
it
I was
up.
going to get positive. I was going to just talk about how bad summer is. But no, I was going to get positive because I love a beach. I love a beach.
Gotta love a beach.
And that's because then you know, like, we're here to sweat. We're here to get sand in our crevices.
Yeah,
we're here
but
to
I don't
get
like that
messy.
either.
You
I
have
don't
the
know.
water. Then you get in the
Then
water.
you jump in
I
the water.
say I like
you
the
can
beach.
pee in it. You can do whatever you want. Poop in it. Like old beef and cheese does. Just slides the bathing suit out of the way.
Oh my
Drops a log in the ocean.
No.
Yep. But I love a beach, and I love when everyone knows this is what we're doing. We're beaching. You're getting beach mode.
Yeah.
I hate the summer. So I feel like the only way to conquer it is to live on a beach for 2.5 months.
Or to go to a beach in January. Like to fly to a beach. Because you're not in summer. You get
I like the winter.
You get a brief and it's only beach for a couple days.
Yeah,
Do you guys know the New York City hack? Do you guys ever do the New York City beach hack? You take the ferry from Brooklyn, if you live in Brooklyn, or from South Street, Seaport, whatever. You take the ferry to the Rockaways. Take the Rockaway ferry, and it turns into a party boat because everybody is going to the beach in the summer. And you can drink beers on the ferry. So everybody is drinking beers, playing music, and you don't even have to go to the beach. You could take that ferry, take a nice little trip, and just turn around and come back. And you don't even have to deal with the beach. But you get the beach vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I lived in New York for 6-7 years before I knew you could get to a beach.
Aw.
You lived on an island before you realized there was a beach?
Well, I didn't realize that like Long Beach was right there. And I was working at Caroline's on Broadway, and the guy who was the publicist there, who was the publicist right until they closed down, this great guy, always was at the bar after his shift just drinking and then Irish exiting. But he was like, here's the package. You get on the train out to Long Beach, you go to this restaurant, you get this bagel, and you get the glass of wine before you take the train back, and you go to the beach all day. I'm like, what, there's a beach, the public beach? I just hadn't dawned on me because I was like, I don't have time to go to the beach. I can't even afford a sandwich. But once I started doing it, I'm like, holy shit, this is fantastic. Beaching it up at Long Beach. So that was my jam during the summer back before I had kids, just driving out to Long Beach for the day, sitting in the traffic on the way back, but it was awesome.
You can rent a surfboard down on the Rockaways. You can just it's a real beach. You could really beach it up.
Really beach up. It is a little bit like Nazi Germany, though. They don't let you drink anything. You really got to sneak. But at that time,
Is that what it was like?
yes.
Is that what
how
was
it
going
started.
on? They didn't let you drink?
You wouldn't know this. Yes, you could not drink
Didn't they
on a
begin
beach.
at a beer hall putsch?
Nazi Germany. But yeah, they're very weird about open container law. So what you had to do is remember Firefly vodka? It was the iced tea vodka. It had its time. It was awesome. And you mix that with half Snapple peach iced tea, half lemon iced tea with the Firefly. Just tastes like iced tea. And so you get big fucking containers of it. And we're like, sorry, just drinking iced tea all day.
That's a great idea.
In the sun.
In the sun,
Cooking.
getting wasted.
Dude, High Noon has a new iced tea Johns.
Ooh,
Flavored iced tea.
love a good iced tea,
vodka.
John.
I think we know the drink of the summer.
Yep. Nooners.
Nooners.
Yeah.
Overpriced. Nooners.
I know you're very worried about
Very
the price
angry
of
about
High
the
Noon.
price of High Noon.
You always
Because I'm like, that
makes
looks
me uncomfortable.
that
Such
looks
a
great.
dad.
Low cal.
every time we
Such a
talk
dad.
about High Noon,
This is
he always
just
brings up the price.
This is the perspective of a poor person. You're like, I would like to drink something that is lower calorie, delicious, not too high in alcohol, refreshing, but isn't going to get me wasted.
So make his fucked up thing.
But then it's like $26 for 8 of them. Like, get the hell out of here.
Imagine trying to.
Get a case of Coors Light for that.
I was seeing Springsteen at MetLife last summer. Went up to the bar. They had nooners. I was like, I'll have what? Oh no, it was $15 for a single can.
Was it a double-sized can or a little thin?
I didn't get that far. Either way,
The point is, it's not priced
can.
because it's quality a product with quality ingredients. It is priced like that because they have distinguished themselves as like, this is rich people seltzer, and rich people love it. They're like, that's all they buy. They're like, this is for rich people. Clearly, you can see by the price tag. And I'm going to feel rich.
They make one with tequila now, too.
that's actually my favorite.
The tequila one?
Yeah.
I know what we're doing right after this app. In
Right
fact,
after this app.
the show's over. We might come back after the break.
We'll see.
We're back. We just had a ton of nooners.
It's going to be a spicy app.
Now we got to do this app.
It's going to be weird.
Matthew has had 16 ounces of tequila.
Those natural flavors are getting to me.
I started mainlining them.
No, but we are going to. I'm probably going to grab some nooners after this app. Just because now I can't. I've got it in my
stop
head.
thinking
I can't
about
stop thinking about the nooners, especially the iced tea ones. Last week, you made it to the quarry. You see these creatures, just as Theomachus said. You realize, you know what? Maybe we don't have to deal with them. Maybe we can just make a run for it and jump when this platform comes in. And so you do, and you make it, and you skip the encounter. Gotta love skipping an encounter. Makes you feel like you can do anything.
Very rare to skip an encounter.
It's almost like skipping mentioning our sponsors, Foundry VTT, Norse Foundry, and Demiplane.
Demiplane Zony.
Like those new lower thirds we've been dropping in. Shout out to CJ.
CJ!
DJ.
CJ!
Make sure you buy all of their products and tell them that you came from us. They'll appreciate that. For real though, what are you doing if you're not doing that?
These are nice
supporting
dice.
those that support us.
These Norse Foundry dice pretty nice.
Really nice.
Beautiful. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I brought in 2 different sets because the ones I've had here are not rolling
You're
particularly
going to
well.
taint some new dice.
Oh, you've retired them briefly?
No, I haven't retired them. I'm giving them a break.
You've caged them. You've jailed them.
No. I'm letting them go have some nooners and think about their time here.
He doesn't believe in corporal punishment for his dice.
You're starving them. You're not giving them food or water until they start responding the way until they behave.
They can go out and order whatever they want.
Joe, what do you do to your dice?
Yeah,
No wonder they
what-
roll like
what is
shit.
going
Yes, we
on?
think about dice differently. Sorry.
Weird guy, Joe.
Yeah, well, if you want to get results, I'm not going to get
Yeah,
into it.
Joe got all of his dice handling.
I'm not going to get into my
What
torture
results?
politics.
Joe has the deer hunter technique.
So you got on the platform, you're going into this, what looks like some sort of civilization, this pyramids, you're on these like crackling purple electricity wires. You thought that they were like gondola wires, but it's just like purple light that you're sliding along. There's a 1 foot lip around this platform, sort of Chekhov's lip. You know that you're going to get tossed off, and sure
As
enough.
soon as you mentioned it, I was like, oh my God. I did not think this was bound for a creature encounter. I thought it was going to be transport. And then you mentioned the height of the wall around the outside, and I was like, we are all going to die. Like, the second you mentioned it.
See, I thought there was going to be trouble with the rails, the non-rope rail.
I thought it was like going to be a power thing, like whatever they're powered by, they would
power
like
surge or
shut it
something,
down if they knew people were on it or
I
something.
thought we would have just a nice little break.
So did I. I thought it was like, you encounter these golems,
Yeah.
then you get on the thing, break, get to
Cutscene.
the other side.
I
and
thought
then-
it was a
Cutscene.
cutscene, and you end up, loading screen. We end up at the next
You
location.
can take a breather after a big
Exactly.
boss fight.
Maybe even a nice little cinematic flashback.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else I thought? Level up.
Oh, thought of level
Sweet
up.
little
Yeah.
level up
That would be
break.
a good place for
I
us.
thought long rest and level up.
You thought 8 hours on this rail.
I thought it was going to take a really long time.
Okay.
Long rest. Maybe a cutscene, maybe a level up. Nope.
And a flashback.
Dinosaur fight.
Nope. I said before we
It's
started recording, I was like,
dinosaur
and then
fight.
Troy was mad we didn't fight the golems, so he made up flying dinosaurs.
2 pterodons come flying in. But that's what happened. And we rolled randomly to see who the first one would attack, because one of them rolled the highest initiative, which wasn't even that high. It was a 23. Next up is 21 for Brother Ramius. So I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And before I can even put Hubert in there, you guys are like, don't forget Hubert. I'm like, all right, fine. Hubert's 6. Roll a 6. This thing comes down, swoops, bites Hubert, and then as a free action, uses something that I rolled an athletics check against Hubert's Fortitude DC. I succeed and fling Hubert.
You rolled a natural 20.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, right.
Huge.
That's right. I forgot that. Forgot that part. I knew I succeeded. It was a nat 20. Flings Hubert off this thing, and you guys
Oh, no.
went from cheering to feeling bad. Well,
Cheers to tears.
cheers to tears. There's the name of the app.
There's the name of the app.
Let's start today by going back someplace.
Going back
different.
again?
Let's start.
So you were right. It is
yeah,
a
we are
flashback.
good.
Well,
Gondola.
that's what Matthew thought.
Well, you know what? You've inspired me to come up with something here. Let's close in on a dark forest somewhere, okay? And there's trees everywhere, making all these strange shadows on the ground. Can't tell if it's day or night, but whatever light is up in the sky is casting all these strange shadows on the ground. And we see all these trees, black gnarled wood, devoid of color. And we close in on one such tree. And there's a little tiny hole in it.
Oh, no. God damn it.
Stop
We
it.
just see a little furry head poke out.
I'm so angry right now.
Looks around. It's Hubert Hedge. He grabs his hat, puts it on. He crawls out of the hole, and you can tell he's struggling a little bit. And when he comes out, you realize he's emaciated. He looks nothing like the Hubert you met. He's emaciated, very, very, very thin and weak. And he's like, oh, my bones. Oh. And he looks over to the side, and there's a small rock there. And he says, oh, good morning, Susan. How are you today? What's that? Oh, you're hungry. Yeah, me too. Hungry again. I gave you everything I found the other day. Gave you half of it. Thought we could share it. You and me. Getting hard out here.
God.
Good thing we have each other. Yeah? You and me. Through thick and thin. Hungry, yes. I know. Very, very hungry. Well, feeling a little tired. Didn't sleep much, but maybe I could go out and forage some more. See if I'm able to find something for us to share. Yeah. What's that? Oh. Yeah. Would be easier if we were dead. Yeah. Wouldn't have to worry about where our food was coming from. Yeah, no, we wouldn't feel so alone, sure. Wouldn't have to wake up every day thinking about how alone we were, you and me. Yeah. Well, I suppose I could head out, see if I find some berries. Or maybe a jackrabbit we could split. I'll be back. Don't you go anywhere, Susan. I'll see what I can find out there. And Hubert gets up and walks bravely into the brush. We cut back to
So funny. I was just watching Kate's face during that. She's just decidedly unmoved.
Oh, he has feelings of death. Wow.
Cut back to the platform. We are frozen in time.
Everyone frozen in a celebration.
It's like it's got
cheer.
those high-tech cameras that can like move around the scene as we see this pterodon frozen like fucking Zack Snyder. What is that movie? But
300.
not he probably did in 300, but the other one, The Watchmen. Like you know, come gather around, people.
Owls, the Legend of, what's the Legends of Lagul? What's the movie with the owls?
The owls?
Yeah, like
Did Zack Snyder direct an owl movie?
Yes. Guardians. CJ chimed in. Guardians of Gahul.
I haven't seen that one,
You
but I
directed
imagine
that?
he used the same technique. This is
Yes.
what we're seeing. It's like the opening thing where they show all the Watchmen, like it's spinning around. And we just see this fucking pterodon biting into Hubert's skin. And then we go back into regular time and he just is flung over the edge.
Okay. Buggles is horrified. Buggles desperately wants to save Humbert.
Humbert.
Hubert.
Huey.
Huey?
Hubert.
Is there anything we can do?
Well, as a matter of fact, no. However, you can watch as Hubert gets down about 20 feet. And this is hundreds of feet to the forest floor, to the canopy of trees below, the carpet, I should say, of trees. And after about 20 feet, he's surrounded by this purple glowing light. And he reverses direction and is yanked up very quickly and boom, thrown back on the platform.
I wonder if this is to keep the ore up there if it ever falls.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it gets jostled.
Like maybe it's a little windy and a rock falls off.
Yeah.
Boom! He lands there. He takes 10 points of bludgeoning damage from the sort of speed in which gravity was reversed and thrown back on there, and he is sickened too.
I bet.
Okay.
Man, that sounds nauseating.
So it's not certain death if
You
we
guys-
get flung off.
It's definite victory now.
Let's see. You guys did.
We got this.
You guys did heal him, right? Were you guys healed to full before you got
We
on?
all-
there?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
hours and hours and hours. Yeah. before
All
we
right,
went.
so I will give him 10 hit points off. So he only has so many hit points, but then again, so do all of you. The dinosaur with its final action, because it was 2 actions to swoop bite, free action to fling. With its final action, it flies 10 feet away from the platform. This will all be done in Theater of the Mind. You are on this platform. Both of these things are 10 feet away from you, flying in the air. It is Brother Ramius's turn.
Oh, Brother Ramius is going to try to react quickly here. I'll do a knowledge check. Recall knowledge, perhaps nature?
Yeah, what is your nature?
8 plus 8.
Okay. Yes. In fact, I purposely use the term pterodon. These are pterodons. They are a specific type of pterodon known as a cliff hunter pterodon. They are very primitive flying creatures. These seem to be larger than what they would normally appear as. And if anything you've read about, these seem to be larger than anything you've read about. So perhaps the environment has caused
How much
them
larger? Like
to
a little bit larger, or like
grow.
twice the size, or like
Yeah, at least twice the size
Wow,
larger.
okay.
They're usually not this big. And to give you an idea of the mechanically, they are large creatures. So they take up a large space. They normally would be medium creatures.
medium
you think.
creatures. Okay.
So they're very, very large. We're talking like a 20-foot wingspan. And in terms of what I can tell you that would be important to you, I'm just going to give it to you. It is a free action for them to do this pluck ability, which is an athletics check against your fortitude DC. And if they succeed, they can just fucking fling you anywhere they want.
Wild that that's a free action.
Yeah.
It's like 2 actions for free.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But
It's
something...
sort of like, I mean, it's a spiritual cousin of the flyby attack from first edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely is. There was another feat that was like that incorporated repositioning where you could like fling or something like that, but I can't. That would be part of a flyby attack that I can't remember. But yeah, effectively that's what's happening is here. It can do that free pluck. Now, the athletics against the fortitude DC, there are different levels of what can happen based on success, failure, critical failure.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I've given you everything you need to know here. That's your first action.
All right, that's my first action. Boy, this is terrifying. All right, Brother Amius is just going to reach out and fire a bolt of divine energy toward this creature to try to damage its spirit. 20.
Hit.
Nice.
Beautiful,
Nice.
dude.
Are you attacking the one that just attacked Hubert
Yes.
or the other one? Okay.
The one that just sort of kept going on that flyby.
Maybe the other one's
attack
cool.
situation.
Yeah, we don't want
The
to
other one hasn't
antagonize
attacked
the
us
other
yet.
one.
Hey, Steve! What are you doing?
All right, that is 5 points of spirit damage.
5 points of spirit damage.
And that is his turn. That's Brother Amius' turn.
Oh, my spirit. It is Hubert's turn. Hubert is just going to cower between a couple of you. He's petrified. He's shaking. And he will roll to see if he can lessen his sickened condition, which is a DC 16 to recover from. He is
Wretch.
sickened 2. And he made it with a 18, natty
Hey.
18. So he now goes down to sickened 1. And then it is Zephyr's turn.
All right. So the one that flung Hubert is 10 feet away from us. Where is the other one?
Also 10 feet, just
Also
off a
10
different
feet?
edge, yeah.
And there's
They're
no
both
way.
within your volley range.
Yeah, and there's no way to like move on the cart so that they're a little closer to like hit him with my fists. For
Hit him with your
example.
fist? No, they are.
Yeah.
They've purposely moved away.
Is there any way to move so that she's 30 feet from one of them?
Yes, you can make yourself, like if you
move
back
away.
up against an
Okay.
edge, you can be 30 feet away.
All right, so I'll do that. Do we think?
Right up against the edge?
Right.
I mean, wherever I gotta be.
Stop it.
But he was like, yeah, go right up against the edge. Perfect.
You know what? Maybe I will go live on the edge.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds to me it doesn't matter if you're in the dead middle. You still can just get
Yeah,
flinged
I mean-
off. Yeah.
Also, okay, we get flung off and then we pop back on.
I'm the best person to be on the edge, I feel like.
glory.
So
Every
I'm
toss
on
is
the
10 hit
edge.
points of damage.
Oh,
and seconds.
glory. I got so distracted by all the songs. What am I doing?
You're living on the edge!
Do we think she had her longbow out on this thing?
Yes. Hell yeah.
Yeah? Cool.
The longbow is the only.
I love
the
taking,
only
you
weapon.
know,
The pull the
the audio,
yeah.
pull the audience.
Yeah.
Does she have a longbow out? What do you think? Always yes. So she moves back,
She have a longbow in her sleep.
gets into.
Sleeps with it drawn.
Do I want to get? Yes, I want to get.
Heard a noise.
Everybody knows, don't startle Zephyr away. Get an arrow in the gullet.
I want to get into monastic archer stance,
Okay.
and then I want to do flurry of blows
Hell
with it.
yeah.
It's gonna be at -2 for each of those.
Okay.
Because of the volley.
Wait, no, that was the whole point, right?
Oh, because I'm not in the volley. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it's
Never
not
mind.
-2.
Delete. I'm tired.
You're right at the edge there because this platform's with them.
I'm on the edge.
Are you attacking the same one that Joe and Hubert attacked? Or
Yeah, if they're both now outside of my volley, I want to focus on the one that attacked
Perfect,
us.
yep.
Yeah. I feel like that's natural. 18 to hit. Or no, 19 to hit.
hit.
I love hitting.
See if the second one hits.
Let's do the hits first, and then we'll do stunning fist and then damage.
Damage then stunning.
Okay. The second one's gonna be a 15.
That's a miss.
Okay. So damage.
That damage, then I'll roll a save of some sort.
3 points of damage.
3 points of damage.
And then stunning fist is going to be a fortitude save against my class DC.
That's going to be a fail, I think, with a 13.
That's a fail.
Oh my god!
So, oh my
You
god, what
get
happens
Oh my
when
gosh.
you fail? You are stunned 1.
I mean, that's huge
It
because
has the
now if it swoops, it
incapacitation
cannot
effect?
fly away.
I also think it falls out of the sky.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Well,
Let's
I mean,
read stunned and not think about what the word stunned means.
Yeah,
Let's read the
stunned.
condition.
All right, let's.
I think you just
I
you become
guarantee you the stunned condition.
if you stun, what does it say?
You become senseless, so you can't act.
you can't act.
Oh.
Stunned usually includes a value.
Quick question.
That's how many?
Am I
this-
acting right now?
Yeah, you look just like a
this acting?
pterodon.
That's
So it's going to get 2 actions on its turn for the next turn. Basically, that's what stunned is.
Yes.
It can't do this.
Well,
it
I-
begins to fall.
I say it can't do
on its
that.
turn.
Well, it has
it
to.
immediately
one of
recovers.
Its actions.
Yeah, it
can't do
has-
that for one of its actions.
It has to maintain flying for one of its actions.
right.
you become senseless. You can't act.
On that one
on
action.
that one action.
On that one action.
Yeah.
No, but on the whole turn before it's its turn, it stops everything. It is stunned. It can't do anything.
Because you regain the action.
Right. Because
So you would drop
gain your actions
a
for the
certain
first
amount.
time.
I'll look into it and see. It's one of these things where we're trying to think about the literal word stunned and the actual
No, I'm
ramifications.
thinking
of
about
it.
it. You cannot take actions.
Right, but flying it isn't an action unless he's moving. Do you know what I mean? And hover. Well, actually, the hover action.
Yeah, like were you
it
taking
a
that before each turn?
Is it a feat to hover
Because
without?
hover is only if you don't move. Hover. Yeah, well, we got to look into this.
Okay.
Make sure.
You stunned him just as he was waking up.
Yeah, fly is a move action.
It says on Reddit.
Maneuver in flight.
A flying creature will begin to fall if it's like knocked prone.
There are specific things in the rules that will apply to flying creatures. So I don't think he falls. But
Yeah.
If you want to, you're gonna have to move, and then
Yeah, we'll figure it out in combat. Become senseless, can't act.
Awesome.
That's
Do you have to have any sense at all to maintain flight?
Is senseless a Pathfinder term?
Yeah, no, it's lowercase s.
The lowercase s.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the you can't act is one of those things that they probably wish they could take back because all it does is remove an action from you. Now you can't.
well, if you're
That's not
stunned-
true.
You can't
You
take
can't
a
take
reaction.
reactions?
Sure, you can't take reactions, but they should have said that. Do you know what I mean?
So if you we'll just think.
No,
about
they're saying that you can't do anything.
Right.
So anything that comes under doing anything, you can't do.
Right.
So let's think about it. So he's only got 2 actions. He could fly back, bite, free action, throw, but would have to remain in melee, which could be the
Right,
Yeah.
right, which
Right.
would be awesome.
Or he falls, and then he has to recover by flying up to us for an action, and he only has 1 action to try to bite.
Yeah,
That's way better.
for us.
Yeah, but it is that weird, like frozen in time thing, right? Where it's like
all happening
it's all
simultaneously.
happening simultaneously.
I mean, I think the way I'm resolving in my head is going to be very beneficial for you, and that's really the spirit of this. So.
I have a question
Yeah.
just to make your life worse about,
Please.
about
Go on.
the flying.
my life is too good, right?
flying creature.
Please take me down a peg.
Yeah, you need to sit on a smaller, shorter
I'm in
horse.
Beach Troy mood.
Yeah, you are. You look like you're sipping a high noon over there.
Can you see that?
That's what the jib screen is for. Hide my nooners.
The cart, the mechanism is moving this entire time. So
Yes,
the
yes.
birds would also need to be moving to stay with the cart, correct?
Yes, but everything is happening in 6-second
Okay.
increments. The speed at which it moves in 6 seconds is negligible for the in terms of this fight.
Just checking.
This goes on 20 rounds. We'll have a different
fly
Okay.
speed of a
Yeah.
pterodon, I would imagine.
I feel like we
Counteracts the movement of.
I feel like we need to
Yeah.
compare it to like paralyzed and
Before people just start getting
prone.
crazy about it, I just wanted to clarify that it's like yes, you know, and yes, like it doesn't really matter for the 6 seconds. So
Yeah, no, it's a fair question. I don't want us to get too caught in the weeds here.
yeah,
You stunned
So
it.
I'm reading,
it's going to be beneficial to you guys.
as we
Awesome.
not get caught in the weeds, Joe.
I'm reading Giant in the Playground, which, I reference for a lot of things. Obviously not official, and these are different people talking about different stuff. But it says, when you want to knock a flying creature out of the air, anything that causes stunned, restrained, paralyzed, or petrified works to knock a flying creature out of the air, including a monk's stunning strike.
wait, says who?
It's just like the community, and then nobody refutes that, that those conditions all mean you knock a flying creature out of the air.
By debate rules, if it
Let's
goes
poll
unrefuted,
the
it's true.
fans.
It's true. Anyway, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
but-
well, I mean, wait till it gets to its turn. The point
Yeah.
is,
Talmudic consensus. We have reached the results.
Also,
I think you'll be fine with the way I resolve it because you got to think like stunned. It's not like in that 6 seconds. Goes into
no,
the
I
tree.
said it's going to fall.
It's just goes and it's going to
Loses
have to use an
altitude.
action. Yeah, it's going
Yeah.
to lose some altitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing that I was thinking, and this is meta, and it's important to think about, Kate never gets a fail on Stunning Fist. Ever.
That's so true.
Ever.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
And so making it juicy is just fun.
It's going to be
Yeah.
juicy. Don't you worry. Not as it's never going to be as juicy as you want. You want it to like permanently kill the character.
I want it to fall into the other one with its beak, pierces it through its neck. They both fall to the ground.
Yeah, but it'll be good. It's gonna be helpful to you, especially where these things can get this free pluck. Monastic Archer.
That was
Flurry.
3. I'm all done.
All done.
It is the Amicus Barnes' turn.
Okay, Barnes is going to first action exploit vulnerability.
Nice.
So
Exploit that shit.
this is going to be an esoteric lore check against the standard DC for the creature at its level. So you want to roll it for me?
Yes. What is your lore bone?
+8.
Okay. Succeed.
Success. Okay.
Say you
Succeeds?
succeeded and success. I said success.
With its success.
Success.
Cersei success.
Okay, so I learned the highest weakness if it has weaknesses.
None.
Okay. Then I will exploit its personal antithesis.
No.
Well, at the time. But obviously it's out of my range right now, so instead Barnes is going to spend 2 actions to ready. And the trigger is going to be that if either of the pterodons comes within striking range of my kukri, I will strike.
Boom sauce.
Nice.
Awesome.
I don't know. It's so hard. I just want to spell strike. I can't.
You just some encounters.
I know.
They're stacked
Just
against you
most of
specifically.
these,
prepare an
most of
action.
these encounters have been so, but it'll never
That's the
come.
thing,
Oh,
is
right,
like,
because
you need the
you are
3.
capable of the most like damage in
Yeah.
one hit. So that's the limitation. Is
Yeah.
like there's sometimes when you just
I
can't
have
do
an
it.
idea.
You need
I
like
have
the
an
idea.
perfect circumstances.
Yeah,
This is a fucking great idea.
Get Hubert over the edge again.
yeah.
Delay.
Yeah.
No,
Especially with this stun one. It could get caught in
Yeah,
melee
it
and
could
not
get
able to
in
fly
melee.
It's a
away.
good
That's
chance.
right.
I can gamble it. And
And
I
you
know.
can go.
Somebody asked me, they're like, "Are you enjoying playing a Magus?" Because sometimes it doesn't feel like it, and I'm like, "No, I am. The character, the class is so dope, and it's so much fun." But a lot of these combats are not made for me to be like, and I do 3 attacks in a row, and it's
not like
crazy
consistent
damage.
damage. Yeah.
Rarely get that stuff off.
Yeah.
It's the action economy. While it feels like you could do a lot more, it's also like
Yeah.
you feel like, God, I'm one action away from having my sweet turn the way
Yeah.
I want it. Yeah.
Like they're so OP, they're really not. Only in extremely specific circumstances. I can do spells. I have the distance. They're not that far away. But I think just because of what just happened, I will delay
Yeah.
to see if it comes within melee. So I'm standing with my katana at the ready,
Yeah.
and she's just like grinding her heel into the deck of this box and getting ready, just waiting for her moment. And I will
I love
delay.
it because ultimately, like you said, it's a gamble, but not really. Because if it doesn't stay within melee, then you're in the same place you were anyway.
fire a
And you just
spell.
go and fire off a spell.
Yeah.
Great. It's Flying John 2's turn, and it comes.
How far did it fall?
Swooping in, Theomachus, you can take your action.
Okay.
This is the.
This is with the
second
kukri counts as
Oh, that's right.
magical
The first one got stunned.
Mm-hmm.
for the purposes of magic stuff. God, natural 4.
Oh.
11.
And
Poor Barnes.
Do what you will.
Poop.
I was describing this character to somebody recently, and they're like, "That sounds awesome." I'm like, "Yeah." But eventually, I hit a point where I have to roll a die.
Yeah, it changes the shape of the character. You start. Brother Raimi starts looking over. It's like, was this person ever skilled?
He's so
Have
We
they
have another Huber in the
deteriorated
group?
because of their time alone in the jungle?
He's so new too. Like we're all waiting. We're all expecting
yeah,
so
like
much.
this is all we know of this person.
Yeah.
It's like what we've seen so far. So
The Survivor Man.
It's just the worst. It's the worst. Introduce a new character. Just
embarrassing.
miss. How can you have any other first impression?
Maybe he just needs a gentle flight. Here comes a beak strike on Theomachus Barnes. Natural 3, 13 to
Hell
hit.
yeah.
Oh,
Misses. All right, so it swoops, attacks. Final action, it flies another, 20 feet away, we'll say. And then it is Buggle's turn. Yes.
okay,
Readied. Delayed.
Buggle. Which one is the one that's been hit more?
The
Stunned
one that's the stunned. It's starting to like,
Oh, it's starting to drift with the wind.
yeah.
Oh, I'm actually gonna go after the other one then.
Okay.
Because if the other one comes back in, she's gonna be able to get a melee strike on it. So
True.
I am
Wait,
going.
that's the one. The one that's like this is the one she will probably get a
able
melee
to get a
strike.
yeah,
It only
yeah.
has
The
2
one that's
actions.
been stunned.
It is
The one that's
spreading
more
the
hurt. That's
down.
why I'm gonna go after the other one.
Oh, I got you. You want to do the one that she's not going to hit.
Right. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
All right. So I'm gonna do an ignition. Pop. I'm gonna do a little fire. little fucking natural 1.
Oh my God.
Natural 1.
Oh no.
No, it can't be. Not now. Not here. Not in this place.
Maybe it'll be something not that bad.
Oh, for magic? Definitely. Like, everybody is so chill about that. Oh, God.
You accidentally light an orphanage on fire.
Please don't tell me it's like, sorry, Skid. Those
know.
ones are the worst.
Oh god.
Sorry, Skid, on May 30th, 2024. What? The hell
How'd they
did
know?
Oh, God. Okay. This one from Ryan in Bangor, Maine. I've always loved
Banger.
What up,
Banger.
Bagel?
I barely know her.
That town is a
Bangor.
It's Bangor.
Yeah, but I like saying banger.
Banger is
I'm going there soon. If you have any suggestions, hit me up.
You're going to Banger?
I'm going to Well, calm down. I don't even
Buy a dinner first.
I don't even know it.
I don't even know it.
We just
Get her a
met.
captain and diet.
All right, this one is called It's Leviosa. Not Leviosa.
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 Leviosa. Leviosa.
I don't know.
For some reason, two of your spells have very similar incantations, and in the heat of the battle, you accidentally trigger the wrong one. If the attack was made with a spell cast from your spell list, randomly choose another spell of the same level from your spells available to cast. You actually cast that spell instead of the same one for the target you originally chose, even if that target would normally be an invalid target for the spell. If you have no other available spells, blah, 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 then you harmlessly cast Prestidigitation instead. So, yeah, you still get it.
I love this.
Yeah.
This isn't that
well, I guess
bad.
it's just a miss. But, yeah, so the way this would be bad is if
Well,
you
no.
cast like a 4th level spell
No,
and
because-
you lost another spell
Because if it's
slot.
frostbite instead, then it's not a 2-hit roll. It's
Oh,
it's a
that's
save.
interesting.
So
All right, so
Okay.
you go to cast
Ignition.
and you cast Frostbite
Frostbite.
instead. And so it needs to roll a...
I'm sorry. To be technical, it is a randomly choose another spell. I don't know if you have others in this way that you can do at this level.
well, that's a tricky. I do have other. These are cantrips. So it would have to either be.
Yeah, like what other you have other cantrips?
I do have a couple other ones.
Yeah, so maybe,
maybe
you need to roll
roll
like
a die?
D4 or something. Yeah,
This reminds me, there's like
and just say whatever you rolled was frostbite.
It's like a classic.
Well, you get your cantrips in a list, so just...
Yeah, I'll roll a D. I have 4 total cantrips. So I'll roll a D3.
I'm curious if it's something else, what it would be.
Yeah.
Has any relevance.
So it was actually bullhorn.
Bull.
What does that do?
What does that do?
It's just it makes my voice really loud.
That's amazing. So it's an invalid target, and nothing happens.
No, it's just like I say the incantation, and it's just like super loud. It's just like, "You're on fire!"
Reverberating out, echoing.
I
Amazing.
love that. There's like
Thank
a
you,
5e
Ryan.
one that's like wizards and like you can't read the wizard's spell book or something. So like the spells all have like slight misspellings that mean other spells. It's really fun.
that's
It's like
cool.
a
That's
classic
cool.
thing. That's so fun.
That's cool.
That's fun.
I'm gonna try. Oh no, I can't do that. I'm gonna raise shield.
Nice.
All right. Go to the top of round 2 unless Asta wants to come in here. You're waiting. You're waiting. All right, the sick one. The one that's stunned. It's not sick, it's just stunned. It's like starts falling out of the sky. It uses an action to... It's still going to swoop, but basically, without that third action, now it's going to stay in melee range for all of you guys, which will provide
Yeah, but it could
Asta.
still fling.
Yeah, it could still fling. Let's determine at random who it goes after.
If it's you and you get
I'd be
flunked,
so pissed.
that would be the worst.
And it is Asta.
Oh my god!
But you have to roll something.
kidding
They're still rolling. There's still a
Yeah,
chance.
what can I?
Yeah,
What's my
there's still
check?
chance.
You're the best one to
Yeah,
have this
it's
happen.
What's my check?
fortitude, right?
Well, hold on. First it's got to hit you. It might not hit you. I mean, that's amazing.
That is so frustrating. I'm
I'm
so
literally
sorry.
It's so easy to
standing
do a
there.
D6 around the table.
I was like, you can't, it's not a gamble. You can't lose. This is exactly the one
I'm
way.
never listening to you again.
And it missed with the beak attack.
Awesome.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
14. All right, so it swoops up. That's a 2-action drawing where it flies, the complement of its flying, and gets the attack. It would get the free action if I had succeeded on the beak. I don't get that.
I'm
And
killing
without a third action,
Yeah.
I can't fly away.
My turn. My
Your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it.
I am going to do my spell strike.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast slashing phase bolt. I'll do phase bolt
Phase
alongside
bolt.
it.
Okay.
Has
So-
no weaknesses.
There's no weaknesses. Okay. Well,
Except classical music.
just up and down, rolling. Then here we go. Katana,
Always been its...
two-handed.
Not 2, not 3.
No, just
4.
not good. 14.
Do you lose the spell?
Yes.
Dice
It's
jail.
a cantrip. It doesn't
Straight to
matter. Put it
jail.
in
Put it
dice
straight
jail.
in dice jail.
This is from Bill and Carol in Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Thank you guys. I put it in dice jail.
Dun, dun,
What
dun.
about Ted and Alice? They didn't have any input.
All right.
I love that
So that's a 2-action John. I am going to then just use my Foxfire and get one little hit off with my Foxfire tail.
Okay.
Electricity. I'm
That
just
would
gonna.
provoke if they have AOS, for the record.
I know. And they don't attack you.
Okay. All right. So this is with the map. Oh, I thought it was almost a nat one.
Oh.
That's gonna be. That's not 15. That's not gonna hit.
15 is not
Damn it.
going to hit.
Cool.
Foxfire.
Well,
Foxfire!
Check it and Steve.
that's my turn.
Brother Ramius.
Brother Ramius will.
Did you ready an action?
I used it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Missed.
Oh,
You used it? I didn't see anything happen.
But nothing
Great job.
happened. I don't understand.
I whiffed.
I whiffed.
That creature is no longer stunned.
Brother Ramius targeting the one that is right next to Asta is going to do a divine burst. Get out of here! Ooh, that is a hit with a 22.
Boom.
And he will do 4 points of spirit damage.
Ooh.
Just burning its spirit, its will to fight.
Will to live.
If it wanted to fly away, I understand.
Right. You wouldn't begrudge it.
Want to go back to its nest? Leave us alone.
Then I'm going to use an action to take cover,
Okay.
like among the rocks and shit like that, to increase my AC bonus.
rocks?
Yeah, like all the shit that's piled. Oh wait, there were no rocks. Anyway, isn't there something to take cover on? Like, aren't there poles that are like connected to the?
well, no, there's like
purple
no
Johns?
lip to the cart either.
Hide behind Asta.
Right?
I can't hide behind Asa. I just thought that there was stuff on here. I don't know.
There are
why.
thick
Just the
cables at
rocks.
each corner that connect to the central suspension point, 15 feet above, and just that 1 foot lip. But the rocks are not high enough to provide cover.
Okay. Shit. All right, then in that case, I'm going to. I'm going to aid Barnes. In his
Barnes aid?
attempt to hopefully hit this thing that's next to Asta.
Barnes aid.
Barnes aid.
Did you go to Barnes
Barnes
aid?
Yeah,
2024.
Willie Nelson was amazing.
Sang the national anthem. It's Hubert Edge's turn. Oh, thought I was a goner there. It's good to be back here on the platform with all my friends.
Good to have you back.
Thank God, I was so afraid. Hubert.
But Hubert, Zephyr, one is within, like right on top of you, and then one is still
Okay.
far enough away.
So the one wasn't able to move away, I don't need to move up to it.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So one action, dismiss monastic archer stance. Action 2, key strike.
All right.
So you see her hand wrap start to glow as she gets ready to punch this dragon dino in the face
what's up? Key party.
and maybe give it a kick. So she's gonna make a flurry of blows, and I get a +1 to these on top of my regular stuff.
having a hell of a time.
That's so funny.
That's a 15 on the first one. Shh, don't do that. Don't do that shit.
The air coming out of the
Fucking
balloon.
shit.
Key went down the drain.
That was a miss too.
Damn.
All right. So she just like misses somehow this large creature right in front of her.
What's
Right in
got
front of her.
scales or
Yeah, you
hard,
might have hit it, but it's just too. You didn't do
Yeah.
any damage to it.
thick
And
leathery
that
skin?
uses a focus point. Cool. So that was 2 actions, and I guess my third action, I'll take just like a step back from it, just in
Just to
case.
pull
Or
away.
you could re-enter monastic archer stance if you wanted to be like ready for next time, just in case.
I could, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm
away.
gonna step back.
All right, so you just step back, creating some distance so that maybe you won't be a target of this creature.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in mind when it's its turn. But meanwhile, it's Theomachus Barnes' turn.
Am I in melee with the creature?
You are.
All right, Barnes will activate the mirror.
I mean, by my
right.
understanding of this. Oh, okay. Go ahead. I was gonna say by my understanding of this, you're already flanking the creature with Ost.
Am I already flanking the
Can
creature?
you
with Asta?
flank if he's kind of not on the platform?
Is
He's
that where he
above
is?
you, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, but within hitting distance
You
of
have
2
to
feet.
If we're both,
be-
if we're both threatening, we can
Yeah,
draw
I
a
guess as
line.
long
Threatening
as you're
from
both
opposite.
threatening on
Yeah.
either side, yeah, I guess you could say that you're flanked, sure.
Okay, great. Then Barnes will not
Well-
activate the mirror.
Well, then was I flanked?
Still would have been a miss.
Oh, whatever.
Still would have been a miss. That's a good point.
And you are going to aid me.
Yes, I was going to aid. So I will aid with perception
do you
to
do?
point out this weak spot.
And what's the weak spot?
What do you say to it?
There, under the wing. It's got a spot with no leather armor. Natural 19.
There
Nice.
we go.
That's
It's
a tw-
balls.
that's a 27.
It's balls.
Hit it in the balls. Is that a critical success?
What's the totes?
27.
27. Well, now the new DC is 15. If I keep it at that, that would be a critical success,
Yeah.
and I will. It's,
Plus
Great.
2, good buddy.
2.
Nice.
Hey, you've seen these
Natural 20.
Hell yeah! Now we get to see what he can do.
All right, and now I'll go with the kukri. You have weakness 3.
It was amazing.
I'll just add the 3 to my.
Okay, yeah. The
damage.
weakness doesn't double, right?
No.
Okay.
Does it double?
What?
The creature has weakness 3 because
No,
my
the
exploit
weakness doesn't
vulnerability.
double, but you've got to pull a crit.
Oh, right.
And
Oh
crit,
my god.
yeah.
doing?
What are we doing?
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Keep that
What are you doing?
All
Is
right.
it a melee attack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Melee attack from Zach W. in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Thank you, Zach.
What's up,
Zach?
Zach? Focusing strike. In a single perfect moment, everything becomes clear to you. Reduce any negative conditions affecting you by 1 degree or 1 round as appropriate, removing them if they moved you to 0. Double damage.
All right, I'll take the double
So,
damage.
unfortunately, this didn't work out great for you, but that's a cool one.
Yeah, that is
Reduce,
cool.
Everything becomes clear to you. You
It's a
get
wee
rid of
bit
any
cool.
distractions. But yeah, so double damage.
Okay, including the
Thank you,
weakness.
Zach.
24 points of damage.
Oh,
Wow, bar!
24 points of damage, and it falls from the
Yes!
sky. Actually, we'll say its carcass hits the platform and then just kind of rolls off.
Oh my god.
And bounces off
dramatically.
the force field and returns to the platform.
10 more. This is really unnecessary.
That's probably what happens.
It turns to
Until
goop
it's just
eventually.
bits. Like,
We're just like getting hit with like
Slam.
intestines, blood.
yeah, that's what
Feathers,
happens. And then we'll
viscera.
Okay, that was action 1.
okay, yeah.
Wow.
Action 2.
Throw the longsword at the other one.
No, I'm going to attempt to demoralize the
Mount
other.
it? You're gonna jump and mount it?
You sound like me.
Unwilling mount?
Wait, I'm mounting the dead pterodon?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that's
Wait.
flying out there, and
It's
then
like run.
and then fly to the pyramid. Your longsword held high.
It's my country!
No, I will attempt to demoralize the remaining pterodon to kind of get it to shoot it away. Like,
All right, give it hell.
do you have intimidating glare?
do I have intimidate? No, so I'm gonna have to say something.
No, you can't, because unless they speak your language.
Yeah,
Right, you
right.
can't
You just
do
got to
it at
take a
all.
-4. You
Because that's
can
what
do
I
it.
was about to do, but
You
I
can do it,
don't
but it's
have
a minus.
A -4.
I believe so. If the creature does not understand your language.
-4 if you're not. Yeah, the target doesn't understand the language you're speaking, or you're not speaking a language. You take a -4 penalty.
You speak French.
Dude, you just rolled a natural 20. You do it again.
Yeah, just
easily.
do it again.
Why not? Let's see
Oh,
what
I
happens.
just saw this sick
Natural 7.
thing here. No, that's not good. But
Sick ability.
this thing that I never saw before, this must have been in the new update of Foundry. I can click on the monster, and if I go over to notes, there's a clickable box that says remaster ?
Ooh. Oh. Wait, are we going to do a mid-com
They've been
remaster,
listening.
John?
But, I mean, this doesn't have any, I don't think any changes.
Okay.
But that's pretty fucking great.
It doesn't have magic missile.
It doesn't have no force barrage. Awesome.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Third action,
A lot of actions.
3 in fact.
It's a
too
lot
many.
of actions.
Barnes will utter a minor incantation, and you saw the trail of a tattoo on his arm. It will glow, and then boom, a shield will pop up in front of him.
Oh, cool.
What's the tattoo say? Party in the back?
Yes, that's what
Arrow pointed
words.
to your butthole.
in fact a picture of a shield. His shield tattoo.
That is not as interesting.
Certainly not. Well, you haven't seen you haven't seen my tramps.
We don't.
I was gonna
I was
say,
about to say.
There could be other tattoos.
You bend over, and what do we see as your shirt comes up?
A little cyber sigilism tramp stamp.
Yeah.
What?
A barcode?
What all the kids are getting these days.
cyber sigilism?
What is-
Yeah, cyber sigilism.
Is it like the
tramp
new
stamps.
tribal?
Yeah,
that's-
it's like high tech, like cyberpunky.
like a barcode?
tribal.
Is it a QR code?
Tribal has come back in
No,
a
it's
big
like
way.
like design, freeform, kind of tribal-esque, but it's called cyber sigilism, and it kind of has like cyberpunky tech
We
vibes.
are teaching you guys so much.
I didn't know
every
tribal
year.
should
was
wait.
out.
I
Been in since the 90s.
No.
Joe just got a
not
wraparound
tribal.
one on his
Tribal
thigh.
was a big
Tribal
out.
tattoo.
Tribal was big out, but
but
now
specifically
it's big in.
cyber sigilism tramp stamps.
Yeah.
are in.
Ooh.
Guys,
So what do you got back
you
there?
thinking what I'm thinking? Matching tribal
You know what? You
sigilism?
want to role play a love scene with me? You'll find out.
Oh. I bet you it's the Harley Davidson logo.
Ooh, don't tempt him.
That's what
Right
it is.
above its
How'd you
ass
know?
crack.
I think it's a dolphin.
A dolphin? Oh, fun. A cyber sigil.
Two dolphins.
Cyber
Two
sigil
dolphins leaping up across the sunrise.
Yeah.
Bang.
Cyber.
There's so much we don't know about barns.
I'm going to think about these tattoos during this next break. We're back. I have so many gross things that I could say that I won't. So we'll move on to the other Flying John, the one remaining creature. This other one, I'm going to say canon-wise, is being thrown off and thrown back on and just being pummeled to bits. So by the time this fight is over, you will be covered in the gore and viscera.
See,
That's really
Of
going to hurt
this
our negotiation.
I don't think it
You
would
know
be
what?
doing that because it didn't
I agree.
originate
I
on the
agree.
platform.
That is true. Is that how the magic works?
I don't know. It's magic. I'm pretty sure that's how it would work.
I would say that the
Otherwise,
magic would be pretty shitty if
any
it didn't work.
leaf.
That when it lands it back on it, it just stays back
any
on.
leaf,
Yeah.
any
Of course.
bird.
A bird
that's
flies
true.
on the platform.
Unless we kick it off.
I like the
Every
idea
time
that
it puts a stone back on, it just falls back.
I
on.
kind of like the idea, though it's so big. That's why all of you can attack it without moving. That it just keeps falling
Yeah,
off
if it's that
limply.
big, it can't be fully on.
By the end, it's just like,
Like-
a wing that's being slapped up with bones
It's like
hanging from it.
glitching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so gross.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Poor little Hubert is 6. Buggle.
Not the boy.
Could you feel it coming,
Do it.
Skid? I,
could-
saw
really
it in your
could. I could
face.
feel it coming.
Not the boy.
You were very loud, and it heard you.
It did.
Here comes the beak. I've been rolling shit with the beak. Let's see. Oh, that's a critical. That's a 29. Well, yeah, that's critical. All right, critical hit. Let's just deal with the damage here to start with. It is going to be. I need a D10. 20 points of piercing damage. All right, so this is actually going to get pretty nasty. So it swoops in, does the attack, 20 points of piercing, and then free action, it's going to throw you. If this succeeds, it'll be another 10 points of damage. Obviously, that doesn't crit. So this is for athletics against your fortitude DC. So fortitude plus 10. And I rolled a 10.
Oh, that's a fail.
That's a fail. All right, so it's a regular failure. The pterodon fails to move the target creature.
You rolled an adjusted 10?
An adjusted 10, yeah.
I'm guessing the bonus on this is not particularly high.
Remember, I rolled a
It's
20.
It's 2 hit is plus 10.
It's athletics. It's not.
I know, but I'm thinking it's athletics got to be similar. So it's like he had to roll a natural.
Remember,
one on
I
that,
rolled
too.
an at 20 on Hubert. I just rolled a. Well, I don't want to say what I rolled, but I rolled really
I
poorly.
feel like it's like a 1 or a 2 on it.
All right, so it does not
That's-
fling.
That's awesome.
Huge.
Yeah, that's
Because you get your turn now.
yes.
Because otherwise you'd be
And-
unconscious, almost certain.
1, 2. It's going to final action fly away, create some distance, and now it is Buggle's turn.
Okay. So Buggles, he gets attacked and nearly dropped by this thing. Creatures, and he like clutches at the wound. It's like bends his head down. When he lifts it back up, his eyes are on fire.
Oh, you know they are.
Oh no!
Subtitles. It's like, I will pull you from the sky, not. And he is going to do a. So how far away is it?
30 feet.
Then he
As
is
the pterodon flies.
going to do. He's going to do a frostbite.
Frostbite.
So please give me a fortitude save.
Nat 20.
Damn it.
Glad that wasn't on the.
Yeah. on the
fling.
Yeah.
Okay. And I. Shit. I raised the shield.
Okay, boom, shield comes back up. And now it goes to round 3. And it's Asta's turn now that one of them has died. This one has not been hit yet.
Okay, it's still 10 feet away, or what's it?
30 feet away.
Oh, it's 30 feet away now. Okay.
You can hold again or delay, ready, rather.
No, because it has all actions, it's going to be coming in and coming back out. I don't think that makes sense. I'm going to have to just cast a spell. I'm going to cast Phase Bolt.
Okay.
So that is a 2-hit. So let me.
Remember, quick question. Your spell strike, you still can't use it, right?
So she casts a spell.
Yeah, but it's
or
not just any spell. You have to cast a focus spell.
I can also cast a spell. It's either my focus spells or I cast a spell and then I get to do it.
Are you sure about that? I thought somebody wrote in and was like, you can only recharge spell strike through the use of your.
Let's look.
Yeah.
This is how we learn.
This is how we learn.
Frequency. Oh no, sorry. It's through my focus spell or I spend an action recharging.
Okay, so you just have to at least spend an action. Okay, great.
All right, so
A conflux spell. Is that what I mean?
a conflict spell. Thank you. Not a.
So it has to be a conflux spell, or you
A
can
focus
spend an
spell
action.
doesn't recharge your spell.
Got it.
Oh wait, a focus spell doesn't recharge your spell.
Only a
That's what it
conflux
is.
spell.
Wait.
But your conflux spells, I think, use focus points. I felt like.
Yeah, it does. That's why it's confusing.
Yeah, you can do it with a single action, which has the concentrate trait. You also recharge your spell strike when you cast a conflux spell that takes at least one action to cast. Casting a focus spell of another type doesn't recharge your spell strike.
Right. So
Yes.
it is a focus spell. It's just not
It's a conflux
specific
spell.
type. It's a conflux.
But that's because conflict spells are single actions. So it's either that or you take a single action to recharge it.
Yeah.
All right, so I am going to cast Phase Bolt. That's what
Okay.
it's doing. Here we go.
The hit.
That's going to be 17.
Miss.
Swimmers!
I thought that was a hit.
Oh.
All right, so then for my third action,
This isn't Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm gonna recharge. I'll recharge my spell
This
strike.
isn't 5e with your actual friends.
Right.
Yeah. I'm recharging my spell strike.
You just say you're not friends with Sydney?
Yeah.
She pays us.
She
to
said
be
that to
here.
us.
You said that to
You
her.
said that to me,
Oh, that's right.
and everybody heard it.
I got a twitch. I got a twitch in my left eye.
Are you okay?
Is this how the founder of Twitch created Twitch?
That's how I came up with the name.
He's like, I have an idea. What should I call it? Call it
That's
small penis.
that's my
no?
turn.
Twitch. Twitch. Yeah. Another thing that has to do. Brother Ramius.
Brother Ramu, this is.
Another 4 points of damage up your sleeve.
I mean, you mock, but like, man, it's hard for us to deal massive damage without big builds like the Thaumaturge.
Look at the big
Amazing.
build on
Look at the
Barnes.
big build on Barnes.
Ooh, big build barn.
Big build barn.
Big build. He kind of likes it.
That's what they called me in high school.
Big
Yeah.
build Barnes.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a round off here from fighting, and I'm going to move to Buggles, seeing how in pain he is. He's going to rush up to Buggles, be like, Buggles! And he reaches into his robes and he pulls out some, like cloth wrapping to just sort of like staunch the bleeding. So he's going to do battle medicine on Buggles and try to get you some HP back.
Okay. Little bat med.
Little bat med. Oh, critical success.
Bat med.
Batman. That is freaking awesome. Okay, so that is going to be 15 points of healing.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
actually, when you do that,
Oh, right, I forgot. It's the cool.
he like snaps at your arm, like as you touch him.
Don't you snap at me! He like yells back at you in like this frenzy. It's like his eyes are wide. He's sweating. He's got blood from the other creature all over his face, and he looks kind of as mad as you do in a way.
Okay.
Like, don't you snap at me! I'm trying to help him.
Okay. And yeah, you just hear this low growl that doesn't sound like it could come from his body. It's just like gurgling up from his throat.
Is the
Yeah.
bullhorn still in effect?
Yeah, I think actually
That's so
might
funny.
be, yeah.
Like for the next minute,
yelling.
you're just
Can I
Yeah, you
control
just
the
hear this like
voice?
rumble. Yeah, 10 minutes. So it's
wow.
Everything you say is
Like-
unnaturally projected.
Yeah.
And we don't understand it.
right.
You still got an action left.
Yeah, he's still got an action left, and so he will use it to aid Barnes. Oh no, he'll use it to aid Zephyr as the creature flew away, and he'll comment on the power of the wind. Like, the wind's moving right to left.
Sounds like a perception.
Aim right. Yeah.
All right, great. It's Hubert Hedges' turn, and Hubert's like, "Oh, Brother Buggles, you all right? I had saved this
Didn't want to waste it, but I've got some snail jerky. If you think this will give you a little extra strength. And he moves to you and holds out some little green-colored
What
jerky.
does the Kulakan think of Hubert?
Hungry?
Yeah, the Kulakan.
Looks like you're hurt. Just put this in your mouth.
The Kulakan just like and bites his fist. Ow! Takes his entire mouth, his entire little hand in his mouth.
Oh, goodness!
Oh, and he's like biting really hard. It's just like he won't let go.
Please, just take the jerky, just the jerky! It was Susan's favorite!
And he pulls back, and his little goblin teeth are scraping against his skin as he like rips the jerky out of his hand. It's like, and the blood from the scrapes like dripping down the sides of his mouth.
Oh, when I need some healing.
No.
I did get thrown from this thing.
Brother Raymond says what and stands up and knocks Hubert off the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he comes right back.
I rolled a natty 17. I forgot to do it last round, so he's no longer second. It is Zephyr's turn.
All right, so the last one standing is 30 feet away. I'm going to get back into monastic archer stance. Go for the bow.
Go for
And I
the
Would
will
like to
attempt this perception aid, another 27.
Wow. So does that
Another
apply to both of my flurry of blows?
No, just your first attack.
Just the first one?
So that's +2
Plus-
circumstance bonus to that.
All right.
attack. This is all the Joe die, by the way.
And Brother Remus
Norse
says,
Foundry's Joe die, crushing it.
shoot him in the peen. What does he say?
The balls!
the balls and the wind. The
Yeah,
wind
he gives you
balls.
the wind. And slightly right, slightly right.
Okay.
There's
got
like
it.
a little balls are just like flowing in the direction of the wind.
Why?
It's kind of like a windsock.
Why are they blowing in the morning?
This must be one old dinosaur.
That's why it's so big.
Yes.
It's so old.
It's a large creature.
Oh,
It's all balls, though.
natural 20.
And it's definitely D10.
Oh
my
God.
Dude,
All
what
right.
Yo, Brother Ramy is crit, natural 20. Crit, natural
Natural 20.
20.
You've got the
He's in-
crit
yeah.
touch.
The crit touch.
I don't even know what to do right now.
You never
right,
get that from Joe.
All right, here, let's do this. Roll the second attack
Okay.
just because, let's just see what happens here. You're gonna combine all this.
Wait. What'd you say?
You roll the second attack and she's going to combine this damage.
Well, we don't know if this could affect the
Okay.
attack roll of the next attack.
Fair
you know
enough,
what I
fair
mean?
enough.
All right, this one from Patrick in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada.
Hey, we were just there.
Yeah, they're not that long
Canadians,
ago.
Woo, what's up?
Woo! This one's called Lucky Sevens. Double damage. Whether from dumb luck or divine providence, the power of the number 7 guides you to greater success. For the next 7 rounds, anytime you roll a die that has a 7 in one of the digits, receive +1 to your result for each 7.
I just rolled a 17 for my second attack.
Oh, my gosh. So it's an 18 to hit.
So it'll be a 21. I rolled a natural 17 on the dice.
Oh,
Does
yeah,
that
so-
what it means?
Yeah, so it just means you get a +1 to your result for every
So
7
it's
you
a
rolled.
it's a 21 instead of a 20 for the second.
All right, so here's how it's going to work. You're going to double the first damage.
Okay.
The other damage will be regular, but then you add deadly D10, and you combine all that together.
So the first arrow that is doubled,
Bam. Well, Kate.
natural
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
So that's
no.
2 points plus the deadly D10 is a 6. So it's 7 points of damage.
Wait, you said 2 + 6.
I know because I rolled a 1 on
But
my
that's 8.
damage.
It's 8
Eight,
down.
not
If you rolled a 2 and then a 6,
Oh.
that's 8.
1 doubled
did I
is
say?
2 + 6.
no.
Is 8.
Oh,
no.
7.
It's
I think you just have
ripping
lucky
off
7s
on
on the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8
sure.
points of damage so far, and then the second one.
Second one.
This is great.
I forgot what dice do what.
Come on.
That's 7 points
Plus
of damage
one.
for the
Plus
second
one.
one.
8.
So that's 8. That's 16
Oh,
points of
8
damage.
points of damage.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. And stunning fist applies.
So
All right, so 16 points of damage and stunning fist. This is going to be a
Better not get a result of 7 on that die. Means you're stunned for an extra action.
22.
That's a pass.
Okay.
Damn it.
damn cool.
So that was
Crit.
fun, and I still have
That was fun, Patrick. Thank you.
I still have one more action.
That you're going to get a +1 to because
That I
of
am?
lucky 7s, right?
No, you just if you
Yeah.
if
If
you
she
roll a 7 on
rolls.
this, it's +1 to whatever the result would be.
I think I'm just gonna go for the extra hit with my longbow.
Yeah, might as well.
Might as
Why
well.
not?
I think it should be cumulative. Because otherwise it's like, I rolled
that's
a
a
7.
miss.
Oh, it's an 8.
Yeah.
You know?
Miss.
Miss.
It could make the difference between hitting and missing, though.
It's
or,
true.
or a crit if you rolled a
could.
17.
17 plus 1. It is very helpful.
No, 17, yeah. But
7
like
is
7, it's like,
Yeah.
Did you miss?
Yep.
Okay.
Missed.
Hell of a round there by Zephyr. You were due.
Feel alive.
New guy. What do you got? It's,
Got a new
it's
guy.
flying out there.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna first action raise shield just to keep it up, and then 2 actions ready if it comes within range.
Esoteric lore. Exploit weakness. You then have that to all creatures of that type?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not of the type. It has to be the same creature.
Yeah. By mean type, I mean exact
So if
same.
you're fighting 10 orcs, you don't have to do it for each individual orc.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay, cool. Well, it is its turn. It begins swooping towards you. Take your action.
Okay.
Kill it.
The kukri. Okay, natural 15,
you go.
22 to hit.
There we go.
Okay. Here's a question. So we didn't do this before. Its swoop is a 2-action jawing that includes the beak strike.
Huh.
I think I interrupt because I'm readying. As soon as it enters
that's how I
the
ruled
range.
it last time, but it is interesting, right?
That's why I readied instead of delaying.
Yeah, I'm fine. It makes sense in sort of the story that we're telling here. Just something I'm...
No, that's the actual rules. Like, he gets to roll that before its actions complete. Because if he crits, it disrupts the action.
Stopping the action, right?
Stop
right,
the
right,
action.
yeah.
Okay, not great damage, 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Nice.
Actually, I don't know that you stop the action.
The confidence with which you said it made me question everything about it.
That's the AOO rule. That's the AOO rule. This is not an AOO. I forgot. This is a ready attack, so maybe it wouldn't stop it. But
Yeah, I think there's a world. Well, whatever. In the story that we're telling, this to me makes the most sense. You are literally waiting for it to come, and you attack it before it attacks you. So here's what happens. It comes in to try and bite you, and you're like, batter up. What are you using? Your kukri? And you're just like, Shum! You slice this thing, and it's now really hurt after Zephyr hit it, and it flies away.
There! I was waiting for that
for its
Yeah.
last action.
You took it below the
Threshold.
the pre-written threshold for it to flee after
Nice.
its lover was killed.
Oh, they were lovers?
You have won the
lover.
combat.
There's a brief moment of celebration, and then the deteriorated body of the other pterodon is like, and slides off.
Grab it.
It's a grab it.
Okay.
All right, so you are safe, and shockingly, only Hubert was thrown off.
Hubert.
That is shocking.
Hubert,
and very cool.
I'm so sorry. Did he hurt you? And he says, please.
Hubert recoils. Why did you do that?
I'm so sorry.
Why would he do that? Why would you bite me?
I'm so sorry.
It's offering you my jerky.
He does things sometimes. May I see?
Who he?
He's. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry.
What happened to you? Why are you so sick?
I don't know. It's not me. He helps me sometimes, but I can't always control. I'm sorry.
Can't you cure him? You do all these other things to heal us. Can't you cure him of his illness?
Lower your voice.
Bleeding all over myself.
Come here.
It hurts.
He's not sick. He becomes a different person.
It's called sick
Under
where I come
stress.
from.
It's really quite remarkable if you think about it.
What is that, Bonds?
What? What's remarkable?
What is remarkable, yeah?
Remarkable means it's quite special.
I know what the definition of the word remarkable is.
That's not important right now.
I was looking for clarification on what is remarkable.
So many books.
Come
and
here.
You don't know
You-
what remarkable means.
Hospital, what is it?
A hospital.
Hospital. What is that?
Big building with patients. That's important right now.
A big building with patients. That's not important, right? Brother Amius is going to call Hubert over and attempt to treat wounds
Bloody on my hand.
as we are flying through the air.
Use your highest magics on me.
Please, I need to focus.
Sorry.
I need you to stay silent,
Used to have,
or I can't focus.
used to have to treat myself.
Please.
Help him, Ramius.
This is exactly what it's like talking to my 5-year-old. It's like, just let me explain this thing for 1 sec.
Applying a
Let me
Band-Aid.
finish the thought. Applying a Band-Aid. Another natural 19.
Oh,
Wow.
3 in
I
a
thought you were
row.
going to hurt him.
Third
Yeah,
one.
That's another critical success
Wow.
on treat wounds.
Which will give him how
on
much back?
Hube. That will give him, not a fantastic roll, 16 points of damage.
He's
Not
up
too
to
bad.
full.
Nice.
Amazing, right?
Wow.
My God, this die today is so hot.
That was amazing. Sorry if I got mad there. Just wasn't expecting to be bit by my friend.
Hubert, you got thrown off.
I did.
And then you came back.
And then you came back.
There's some sort of magic here that took me right back, but it hurt. The pull hurt me and made me feel nauseous.
We thought that you were dead.
Yeah, me too.
What did it feel like?
It all happened so fast. I just saw my life sort of pass in front of my eyes, and it wasn't impressive.
No, the feeling when you hit. Did it feel like something? Feel buzzy or just crackle with electricity, or did it
Barnes.
feel tingly?
Barnes.
He's trying to.
I think maybe
He's having big feelings.
give him a second. I don't think he's ever experienced this.
What? I'm fine. I'm good. Brother Amius fixed me up real good.
Hubert,
Sorry, Buckles. I shouldn't have gotten upset.
did you notice that? And Asta reaches into her pocket for one of the purple rocks that she had stolen in a fury that I forgot about. And she pulls it out and she says, "Did you notice that there's rocks all over here? Maybe you could have one, just like you had Susan."
Or maybe tired. I'm gonna lay down.
Would you consider jumping off so we could test the effects of the force field?
Barnes!
No,
It's
I'm not
perfectly
feeling
fine,
well.
Andy.
I'm gonna
Magical healing.
sit. Tell me when we get to the village.
Perhaps we all should sit. That was quite a lot, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm feeling
Yeah.
always these days rather exhausted. Remember, he's still drained.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks
yeah.
like
Right.
gaunt, right?
Yeah. By his own choice, I guess. It was from a crit, right?
Yeah, he,
Choose
he
to
expended
become drained.
extra
Yeah.
energy to.
So he sits down on this platform. How far does it look like we are from the village?
You think you'll be there by sunset?
So hours?
Couple hours.
A couple hours still left. Okay.
Not 8 hours.
Okay.
2.5, maybe, if you're judging very quickly
Wow.
with speed.
Just incredible.
It's cool. I was just rereading Exploit Vulnerability. It's in effect until I exploit vulnerability again. So that if any other pterodons were to come in the next 2 hours,
yeah.
I feasibly could gain those benefits.
Brother Amius is going to look out over the jungle canopy as the wind is kind of blowing across his face and ruffling his robes, and he's thinking about the pterodon that he had heard of. These are unnaturally large. Did he hear of them being from another planet? Or from primal Galarian?
No, you've heard of them, not like all over Galarian, but certain parts of Galarian.
Like existing today in certain parts of Galarian.
But much
smaller.
smaller.
But
But yeah,
medium
smaller.
size.
These were larger than any that you had read about.
Gotcha.
Can I roll a knowledge check on the force field magic, whatever it was that bounced Hubert back?
Yeah, give me an Arcana, and you can go ahead and roll it.
I'm going to use esoteric lore at a -2 because of my diverse lore.
Esoteric law. Esoteric
ability.
lore.
Okay, natty 18 for 24.
Okay, yeah, there seems to be some kind of like abjuration magic at work that acts like a hidden safety feature, so that if anything, any of the cargo or any person was being transported back and forth, you are pulled back on.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very cool out there magic.
And I've never heard, it just feels like abjuration doesn't feel like anything particular.
Yeah, I mean, everything about this.
Alien?
No, it doesn't really seem alien, but everything about this from the crackling electricity that it's riding along, there's some like really advanced magic going on here.
All right.
I don't think, Brother Amius is just kind of resting and watching and trying to keep an eye out for any creatures coming, basically.
Ramius, are you all right? You don't look well.
I'm fine, Buckles. Thank you for asking. I just feel rather weak. I'd love to rest.
Sit down, sit down.
He's like kind of tugging on you to kind of get you to lie down and like actually rest.
I was trying to keep my eyes peeled to the skyline.
I'll watch.
We can watch Barnes, Zephyr, Asta. We can all watch. Don't feel like you need to do everything.
Bonds, had you seen those creatures before? You seemed to know exactly where to strike them.
Yes. Well, pterodons.
Yes. But
Counted them in my research.
I had heard of them in books as well, but I'd never seen them so unnaturally large.
It is unusual. Still can't account for where we are geographically.
Yes, I know. I know not what country would contain such beasts. And who, and he looks across the village, could survive in such a place.
I think we'll soon find out.
I think we will. Buggles, thank you. And thank you for keeping an eye out, Barnes. I may take that nap.
And thank you, Brother Ramius, for helping Hubert.
Oh, it is my duty. It's my job. And you as well, Buggles. And you as well. Then he sort of like lays down and just like folds up his hood of his robe under to get a little bit of padding. Still covered in blood.
So Asta will tink, just pop her katana like out of its sheath slightly to have it ready, but she is still braiding this like red piece of twine. It's very similar to the red that's like tied around her robe, the red that's on her katana, like this tassel that comes off. And you see her also like cutting off pieces of her own fur and like also weaving it into this red, like a tassel almost. And now she's keeping watch while Ramius and Hubert are napping. And she just is kind of mindlessly like braiding this and looking out at the expanse of land. And possibly also every so often glancing over to Zephyr just to see if Zephyr is looking at her.
Oh, Zephyr's, she's sitting down and she's still holding her bow, but just kind of looking at it. And just, because she lost it during the fight with the slug. It's back now. This is the first time she's used it. And she did really well. So she's kind of like, is this my bow? Is something different now? Like, just hyper-analyzing that.
Did Barnes do something?
And then maybe she, like, sees you. She's like, is that your hair?
Some of it.
What are you doing?
I'm just working on something, making something that I think could bring us luck. Sort of a thing we used to do, braiding together pieces.
Huh. Does it work?
I mean, yes. Do you believe in luck?
She, like, looks back down at the bow. I don't know. Maybe before, no. Maybe now. I could.
I wanted to apologize for how I acted earlier. I'm sorry. It wasn't fair to you.
I'm sorry. She looks away, very uncomfortable.
Asta also looks away.
Feelings.
Not sure if you want to.
Sorry, I mean to you.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So glad I'm sleeping through this. I'd be crippled.
We should probably just get along.
I'd be like, oh God, it's so awkward.
Oh God.
Try to not be mean. I'm gonna try to not be mean. I don't know.
I don't know why I do the things I do sometimes. I don't know why I say the things I say. Sometimes they're so mean. I don't mean to say them. They just come out. And I didn't mean to say the mean things to you. I just felt cornered? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I guess I didn't have to, yell at you for no reason.
I didn't need the rocks.
And, I don't know. I guess I can let you be you. You don't need to
and you're
fit
so
into
strong,
my box.
and you're so brave, and
you can do cool stuff.
You're amazing with your bow, and I'm happy you have it back.
Your luck charm is cool.
I was making it thinking maybe you could have it.
Really?
Yeah, when I'm finished with it. I don't know if you want it. Who cares?
She throws it off the side.
It comes right back. Lands in Zephyr's hands.
Oh, thank God! I didn't want to throw it. I'm glad it came back. That's what I mean. Sometimes I make such impulsive decisions.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world doing that, or it's not bad. I don't know.
And getting to spend time with you is not the worst thing in the world. I should stop acting like it is. You're really cool. And I think we could be friends, and we would have been friends had we known each other when we were younger.
You think I'm cool?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you see yourself?
No.
Oh. You were so amazing. You're so amazing in every fight, and I understand why you care so much about Brother Ramius and Buggles and your other friends who aren't here. And I really look up to you, and I would like to be your friend.
Okay, let's start over.
Okay, let's start
Starting
over.
from now.
Starting
too.
now.
There's a lot of feelings all at once.
I'm Asta.
I'm Zephyr. I almost said I'm Kate.
You're really in the zone. Wow. I think we're seeing some Sydney Kate drama play out here, is what I'm saying.
What,
Buggles-
what happened on tour?
Buggles just starts clapping.
It's like, you're talking to each other again. Good.
Maybe now they realize that maybe everyone can hear.
Everyone has. We are not.
We're like 10 feet. We're almost like 10 feet away. Just kind of awkwardly trying to not be in your business.
When I finish this, I will give it to you.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks. I'll try to. Maybe if I'm creative, I'll give you something sometime. I'm really good at weaving with flowers, so if we come across any cool flowers here, I can make you like something cool.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Hubert wakes up and, like in a sleepwalk state, he walks over to the edge. All of you he's like facing away from you. And he puts his hands on his hips.
No.
And he starts peeing.
No.
And it just comes right back.
It's raining! It's starting to rain! Everyone take cover! Oh, the rain's salty.
I think Zephyr definitely starts laughing at him. Like, this is nice comic relief.
Asta starts giggling.
They've got asparagus rain here.
God, I thought you were starving. When were you eating asparagus?
But seems to be a localized storm. Oh, look. And the sun is beginning to set behind the mountains. And the platform is nearing what it once looked like a vast pyramid city, but you now see, as you are approaching the beginnings of a city, while many completed buildings stand atop several multiple-story tall pyramidal terraces, many more lie in various states of construction. You see piles of stone, wooden cranes sort of dotting the work site of a pyramid civilization being built. From far away it looked completed, but now you see that this is a work in progress.
Interesting.
The setting sun glints off the glass of several telescopes protruding from many of the completed buildings' roofs, including a huge one in a central domed structure. Perhaps thanks to these telescopes, your approach has not gone unnoticed. You sweep, like kind of takes a turn, and as you sweep towards the landing spot of this gondola, a rather large crowd of elves has gathered, just watching expectantly as the gondola pulls in to the docking station. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, no shit. We'll see you next week.
I'm excited for this
God.
one. I'm excited for next
Caster
week.
Yeah.
Called it.
First thing I'm saying, before you say your name, where are we?
What year is it? What planet are we on?
That's awesome. Oh, gathering of elves. Yes!